Welcome, Candice Sanderson, author of The Reluctant Messenger. You see, I have something new on the book today. I'm so proud to announce that my book was chosen to be a silver medal winner among readers' favorite. This is an international book contest, so I'm absolutely thrilled. But what I wanted to share with you today was actually a very profound experience that I had a few days ago at Church of Spiritual Light in nearby Fort Myers, Florida. For those that follow me, you know that I go there twice a month for this fabulous meditation. There are crystal bowls set up in the middle of the room, and then there are cots that surround them, and Reiki practitioners come and administer those healing energies while everyone is silently, just soaking in the energy of the crystal bowls. I got there early as usual, and I found myself drawn to a different spot. Normally there's like one or two places I grab. I just feel comfortable there, but I found myself going to a different cot, and I knew there was a reason for it, whether it's just the energy of that spot, but I, just went with it. And just before the meditation began, I started having this vision of this most divine blanket of energy that seemed to come down and cover the bowls and all of the cots. It looked like antique lace. It was pure white, but it was very, very intricate designs in this, and it was just heavenly. But as it covered my body, I just felt this sense of peace. A few seconds later, I felt some intense tingling at the bottoms of my feet. And as soon as I felt that, I automatically took a very deep breath. And when I did, in my mind's eye, I saw the fabric of this energy. It looked like white, cottony kind of fibers. I saw them actually enter my lungs, and they began coating my lungs with, some sort of a protective membrane. Now, 15 or 20 minutes later, once the meditation started, Reverend Bledsoe led everyone in a meditation. And in this meditation, she mentioned, she told everyone to take a deep breath, and that, to feel the energy coming through your lungs, and that the energy with the lungs were actually like everybody's angel wings. And I remember I'd already experienced this, but when I heard that, I couldn't help but smile, because that's precisely what I had experienced. This angelic energy filling me and becoming something different and very alive within that, within my lungs. From that point on, the blanket started to sink in the rest of my body. I could feel it as it entered my skin. It infiltrated all of my pores. It kept sinking, and I felt it go through my muscles, through my organs, and all the way to my skeletal system. And what was interesting about this is I realized, the blanket no longer covered me, but I had become part of this beautiful angelic healing blanket of energy. I then felt some real intense buzzing at the top of my head, and in my mind's eye, I saw like this thread of energy come out, and I knew it was from this white blanket, lacy blanket of energy. And it wasn't actually exiting my body, but because it was still within, and I was actually part of it. But I knew that it was connecting elsewhere. I don't know whether it was connecting to spirit, whether it was connecting to the other participants who were or would be in the room. But I knew that there was this divine connection, that it was, that was there for some reason. Then I had this scent I had this whiff of talcum powder, and immediately I thought of grandmothers. And then a message came, and with the thought, I heard that this was the ancient wisdom of the grandmothers that had entered the room. Then I heard that their energy was generational, so they could help work on not only current ailments that people had, but ailments from previous generations. That this was a cultural and generational healing. I also heard that it was related to the healing of Mother Earth and related to Mother Earth. So let me go ahead and read this message to you. Tread softly upon this earth. Make way for the energy of grandmothers, for grandmother's wisdom permeates this divine space. Listen within your heart for the distant call of grandmother, for we are here. We await your beck and call. Know we live within and shall make our presence known to those with the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and the heart to understand. By this time, the meditation was beginning, and the Reiki practitioners were going around administering the Reiki, and I just remained, perfectly still. And then, once again, I got another smell, a whiff of something. And this usually does not happen with me during meditations, but I smelled several scents all at once, and they were sickening. They were putrid. One was deep alcohol. But what I realized was, as people were being worked on, these lower energies, this disease, dis-ease was being released from their bodies. And so that is what I was smelling, and I was like so appreciative of that. And then while I was lying still, I had another vision in my mind's eye. It's like I woke up, and all of a sudden I was in a deeply forested wood. It was the air was cool and damp. I was walking barefoot, and I was walking on beds of moss. I could smell the musky scent of nearby pine trees. And then I looked over to one side, and there was this beautiful cushion of moss. And I went over and sat in it. I like crossed my legs and then folded, into this space. And as I did, I leaned back against the pine tree. Now, I absolutely expected that my body would stop once I reached the bark of the pine tree, but I didn't. I kept falling back like in slow motion, and I was totally absorbed into the tree itself. It was so bizarre. My physical body no longer existed, yet I was still there. And then I realized, is this what spirit is all about? Is this what energy is all about? We always, I don't know that we always do, but many people tend to think of themselves as being separate. But there is unity. We are one with the entire world. And I realized I had gone there and back again. The meditation had begun with me becoming one with this beautiful blanket of energy. It seemed angelic. It was, it had the energy of the grandmother's wisdom. And here I was once again being swallowed by nothing but true nature, and it just felt so divine. I was interested in the grandmother's wisdom. So once I got home, I did an online search, and I found this one proverb from the Hopi Indian tribe, and it said, when grandmothers speak, the world will be healed. And I realized that the wisdom of the grandmothers certainly transcend time. And I realized she was calling me. Perhaps she's calling you as well too. And isn't it time that we learn to really shift our perspectives, get out of the ego, get out of the judgment, and step into the world of energy, to start seeing the world through the eyes of spirit, through the eyes of love. We are one with this marvelous planet. We are more alike than we are different. And that's not just for people, that's for everything here on earth. And isn't it time that we come together for the healing of consciousness, the healing of earth, and the healing of our hearts? I certainly hope so. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you do, please click the like button. You can also subscribe to my channel if you would like. You can follow me on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and if you're interested in reading the blog, then there's a link to that below. So until next time, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Goodbye.